Kenosha. Okay, now, but now I'm just going to fill in Hispanic for a minute. Okay. So then Jonathan now has started a Hispanic congregation that's just recently started. And what's that name?
Iglesia de la Resurrección.
Iglesia de la Resurrección. And where did you meet and how did you start that congregation?
Again, not a very straight line, but we started meeting in my living room. I moved into an apartment complex with a lot of immigrants and refugees, and just started inviting our neighbors over for meals. And kind of long story short, we started meeting in our apartment, and then eventually moved to another church building that we rent now.
Okay, now all these didn't start first with a budget. They start first with people, and it creates budgets. But it starts with a call. So here I am, and why I want to use this example. So you think about this is a similar dynamic. So Jonathan, there's a call, and he's a lay catechist. He's connected with me. I'm the rector of that congregation. And he's the lay pastor, lay catechist. If you had the congregation members up here and you asked them, who is your pastor, they would all point to Jonathan. But they all know that I'm the priest. It's very clear. So there's, what happens is that you have multiple gifts and leaders that are in these congregations. It's not just a single congregation way of doing it. Why don't you describe, we were there, Ann and I was there last Saturday. Why don't you describe now, that congregation, when did it start?
Depends when you, I mean, we started meeting in our apartment, just inviting neighbors over about 2 years ago, but more formal services last September or August.
So September. And then we just had a service last Saturday. Mm-hmm. So why don't you describe what does that service look like?
Just like a regular kind of average service, or when you were there?
Yeah, so I'm there. So I'm there. I'm there once a month. I'm in and out right now in this congregation. What's the service look like when I'm not there?
Sure. Well, when Father William is there, he'll consecrate the Eucharist, and then we'll set some aside for then the services when I leave, when he's not there, which I'll distribute. So it's a full liturgical service from Book of Common Prayer in Spanish. I'm usually preaching, or I'll have maybe another guest preacher. And then during communion, it's just a shorter communion liturgy